right, Yankees dropped the first game to the Blue Jays. First game of a 3-game set. Ryan Weathers did not weather the storm apparently today. Obviously, for some reason, we can't find a way to win at the Rogers Center. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. The Blue Jays, they got their Oompa Loompa, the damn freaking Alejandro Kirk. The dude's a Yankee killer, man. Never ceases to freaking just rain on the Yankees parade, man. He is a little pest, man. He is so annoying, but he's a good player. Nothing you could do about that. Obviously, Trey Savage was pitching. We got to him a little bit, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, it's Friday night post-game show. If you guys want to join, the link is in the description. I'm going to pin it in there right now. It's pinned. No, the link is pinned in the chat, excuse me. If you guys want to join, we're doing open mic tonight. Let me fix my camera a little bit. Yeah, open mic night. So be respectful. If you want to join. If you can, use your laptop or Android, because for some reason it doesn't like iPhones. But with that being said, let's take a look at the box score, and then we'll get into the good things and the bad things. Obviously, Trent Grisham injury, which is at this point, man, that's killer, man. The last thing we need. But let's take a look at the box score really fast. Wrong button. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, looking at the box score. I mean, not much to look at here. Ben Rice 0 for 3. His average dropped below 300. His OPS is below 1,000. So that's not good for him. He needs to pick it up, especially if Trent Grisham's going to be missing time. We need Ben Rice to get hot again. Cody Bellinger, big time 2-run bomb today. I mean, he's been a godsend, man. Without him, I don't know where this team would be right now. Same thing with Paul Goldschmidt. He went 1 for 4 on the night. He's still batting 286, though. Jazz Chisholm with a nice hit. The first hit of the night off of Trey Savage. I mean, for the first time, it seemed like we got to Trey Savage. It looked like he didn't have command today. And we'll get into a lot of that stuff, too, because it was a lot of walks and a lot of runners left on base, man. Just not good. A lot of runners left on base. But, okay, yeah, Spencer Jones. I mean, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Yeah, I mean, Jose Caballero had a good night, 2 for 3. He made a great play on defense. I mean, good things from Jose Caballero. JC Escaro, 1 for 2, but he struck out in a big at-bat with bases loaded. And then Grisham, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, had a big-time hit. And unfortunately, though, he hurts himself on the play and had to be taken out the game. If you guys heard anything, I haven't heard anything yet on Grish, so yeah. All right, the pitchers, Ryan Weathers obviously went 4 in the third, gave up 5 runs or 6 earned runs on 5 hits, a walk, only 2 strikeouts. He was terrible. And this guy you cannot pitch him versus this team anymore. The last time he faced the Blue Jays, he gave up 5 runs to. I don't know, man. He's good versus mediocre lineups, but versus good lineups, man, they hit him hard. Jake Bird was the dagger in the heart, man. He gave up 2 runs, came in, gave up 2 runs. Only got 1 earned run on it, though, because one of them belonged to Ryan Weathers. But, yeah, he continues to throw cement mixes. So I have very little faith in Jake Bird. Hedrick came in, pitched well. Camilo Doval gave up 1 hit, but had 2 strikeouts. It did have a walk, too. So, yeah, look, it's not the worst outing we've seen from Doval, okay? So hopefully he's figuring it out. And then Fernando Cruz gave up a run, but that run he gave up was on a misplay by Max Schumann, and so I wouldn't put too much on Fernando Cruz. He's been really good of late. Trey Savage, obviously, 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Yeah, for the first time we got to this dude. For the first time we got to this guy, man. But yeah, see, I mean, the winning streak is over for the Yankees, obviously, with the loss to the Blue Jays. I was disappointed, man. This is a game that I get it. The Blue Jays are 7 games on behind us or whatever it is, but to me is bigger than what the standings say. The Blue Jays are better than what their record tells you. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries, but as you can see, Their guys are starting to come back, and their guys are starting to get healthy. And at some point, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is gonna get hot, right? This guy's power is gonna come back. He's not gonna stay with the little bit of home runs that he has right now. Eventually, he's gonna get hot again. So, I mean, this was a win that I wanted for the Yankees, just to set the tone. Like, hey, look, this isn't 2025. You don't have our number anymore, right? Especially around at their home ballpark. Like, this ain't 2025. Whatever happened that year is that year. This is a whole new year. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case today. Same old in the Rogers Center. Our pitcher, for some reason, couldn't go 2 innings without giving 5 runs. It seems like that's the story of the Yankees versus the Blue Jays when we play in Toronto. Our pitcher immediately gives up runs, and we never seem to be able to recover. But the Yankees fought back, though. I'll give them that, man. They fought back. They did fall back, but at the end of the day, man, we got to play it because where is it? Here we go.
The Yankees lose.
Yeah, man, they fought back, but it was too little, too late, man. It was a wrap, man. Those 5 runs given up early hurt us, and then the 2 by Jake Bird a little after that, and then that last final run was really the dagging, and that was the final nail in the coffin. We really didn't stand a chance, especially when you leave over 20 runners on base. Let me look this up real quick. We left over 20 runners on base. Let me put this up here. Where are we? Okay. It's getting hit by the ticker. Let me move the ticker out the way. All right, 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. It says 9 runners. There was a lot more runners than that on base. We had literally left like 20-something runners on base. So don't let the false stats here fool you. It was just you're not gonna win much games like that, especially high scoring games. We had plenty of opportunities. The opportunities were there for this team. They just couldn't capitalize. They definitely couldn't capitalize. Um, Obviously, bases loaded. JC Escara strikes out, and then and it was funny because like it was early in the game. Trey Savage loaded up the bases. He loads up the bases. JC Escara comes up to the plate, right? I think at this point, no, was it JC? I can't remember, but it was like zero. It was like 1 out. JC Escara comes up to the plate. He swings at a ball out of the zone, right? This dude literally just walked. He just threw like 7 balls in a row, Trey Savage. He swings at pitches out of the zone. He strikes out. And then Trent Grisham, and I get it, Trent Grisham has been great for us, but not that at bat. He ended up popping up on a pitch high in the zone. I think that their approach, and I understand the approach. I think the approach today versus Trey Savage was anything high, you gotta be ready to let it go. Anything above like chest level up here, anything around here, you gotta be ready to swing because he has that funky delivery and that devastating splitter where everything high, falls back into the zone when he throws the splitter. And then everything low, they were just letting it go. Like, don't swing at anything low because it could end up in the dirt if it's a splitter. And it worked for the most part, I guess, but not in those at-bats. It didn't work in those at-bats, unfortunately. Yeah, tough. I'll be honest, man. Look, I understand that Ryan Weathers, he has some decent outings this year, but from what I've seen, man, versus tough lineups, he's not very good versus tough lineups. He's somebody, man, I'd rather see him in the bullpen sooner than later. Man, his last 3 starts have just been really bad. Really, really bad. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Yeah, his last few starts have been really, really bad. Let me see. Okay, yep. All right, yeah. So obviously today, no, his last start. All right, his last start today, he gave up 6 home runs on 5 innings pitch. His last start versus the Red Sox, he gave up 5 earned runs, 2 home runs. He gave up. Before that, versus the Athletics, he gave up 5 earned runs, 3 home runs. Then versus the Rays, he had that 1 good outing, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. But the start before that versus the Blue Jays, again, gave up 5 earned runs on 5 innings pitched. Yeah, he's not And then obviously he had that start versus the Angels early in the season where he gave up a ton of runs. I don't know about this guy, man. I'll be honest, man. He seems to give up. He seems to always find a way to like walk somebody and then give up a big ass meatball. You know, like that's just his MO. And I get it, like as fans, we had a lot of hope in this dude, but I don't even see him in the rotation at all. I'd take Will Warren over him any day. When the rotation gets healthy, when Free comes back and everything, if anything, I'd start trying to transition him now. I'd rather have ERC or Elmer Rodriguez as that fifth starter than Brian Weathers right now, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. I really don't, but yeah, man. But Caballero, man, with the great game. Obviously went 2 for 3, had a double, a great play on the infield at the Rogers Centers too. Remember they playing in turf, so it's not the same as grass. Great play, man. Yeah, he's my shortstop, man. And then you had that miscue by Schumann in right field, which is unfortunate. And, a lot of fans were like upset with him. I'm looking at these at the chats and these live play-by-plays and Aces play-by-play, and I'm like, man, Schumann's an infielder trying to play right field. Like, at that point, he's playing out of position, and I'm not saying that's an excuse, but what are we doing? What are we doing? Hopefully Dominguez he should be ready. He should be ready to go because we're going to need him now that Trent Grisham, I don't know what happened with him. I'm trying to find out more information, but he pulled something. It was not good. All right, I got it here. Let me get this over. All right. Yeah, man. But let me say what's up to the chat. Say what's up to the chat real quick. JK says, let's be real, man. If these guys can't beat the Jays, they're cooked. No, you're right. You're right, man. And look, I really think the Jays are better than this. The Jays are they're not gonna stay in the bottom of the division for much longer. I don't think so. Once they get healthy and get everything right, they should be better. That's what I think. So yeah, man, this was a big one for me. This series in general, it's still not over. If we take the next two, I feel a lot better about things. But as of right now, man, the way we lost today, it's the same old story, man. It's the same old story versus this team. Our pitchers, like their hitters are just too good for our pitchers, and our pitchers dig us a grave in the first 3 innings that we can never get out of. It seems like, this was the story all last year, man. There was certain games, man, that we played at the Rogers Center last year, man. There was one in particular. It was like 7-zip. Will Warren he just shit the bed immediately, and we came all the way back to just lose like 11-9 or something like that. It's like, man, we can't. Even when you fight back, when you make a huge comeback for nothing because it's just not enough because the damage was done too early. It was just too much, So, yeah, but let's go ahead and listen to Boone, what he got to say real quick.
Aaron, it seems like you're taking an exhale after that one.
Yeah. Wasn't pretty, but very gritty. A lot of.
Hold on. In the chat, let me know if you can hear that. Let me know if you can hear that, please, because I have no idea if you can hear that. I'm using a different program right now. Jacob, what's up, man? Let me know real quick if you can hear it before I keep playing. I don't want to look like a jackass either. What the hell?
They announced right hamstring tightness for Trent Grisham. Just can you give any more details on what happened there?
He just felt it around first, so yeah. Hopefully not too serious, but we'll see how he wakes up tomorrow.
Had he been feeling anything there before, or was it just a matter of it pulled right in that spot as he was rounding first?
Yeah, just right there.
What do you think of Weathers tonight?
Dominguez.
Weathers was okay.
1 for 4
some
solo home
2-strike
run.
mistakes. Hold
on. This dude said, yeah, I hate when he says this shit, man. He says, oh, yeah, he was great. I think he was really good. Just a few mistakes. Yeah, those few mistakes are far and the too many. It happens all the time. No, it was not a good outing. I don't care what you say. I don't care how good he did after. Once he gave up those 5 runs early, his outing was terrible. That's it. Don't say he was pretty good, just a few mistakes. Those few mistakes that was the ball game, Boone. Come on, Boone, man. You're killing me with that bullshit.
The slider to Okamoto just kind of rolled in there, down and in. And then the
Looked like
changeup looked
ass.
like he pulled a little bit. Just maybe yanked a little bit, middle down, middle in, down. Just not executed how he
No
wants
shit,
there with
Sherlock.
2 strikes, and obviously that hurt.
Yeah, home runs have been a problem. You know what we got to do, man? We're gonna do a segment. We're gonna do translating for Boone, right? And we're just gonna translate what he's really trying to say, right? He's really trying to say the changeups suck. Right? He threw far too many meatballs. Besides, he pitched well. Besides the 3 meatballs he threw, the two of them left the yard, and we weren't coming back after that.
Hurt him.
Home runs have been a problem for him over his last 3. Do you just attribute that to execution or anything else?
Yeah, because it's been on different pitches. He's got hit with the fastball a little bit in some spots tonight with 2 strikes. Mistakes with the secondary. So stuff's good. He's throwing well. Just his unfortunately some of his mistakes have left the ballpark.
There's this shit that kills me. I don't care how well he pitched outside of the 5 runs. You can't act like that shit didn't happen, bro. Like Okamoto didn't just hit a freaking bomb, bro. He hit that shit to the upper deck over there. That shit went like 450 feet, man, or something like that, man. Just a straight rocket. And you can't act like Springer didn't take him deep either, man. 2 big pitches. So you can't say he pitched well when he gave up 6 earned runs, okay, in 5 innings. That's not pitching well with like 7 hits. That's not pitching well, Boone. I'm sorry. I get it. You got to back your guys, man, but that's not pitching well. No, let's hear about Grisham, please. That's what we really want to know. Is Grisham okay?
You guys got the Savage there late. What did you see?
Yeah, I thought we had good at-bats all night against them, frankly. Pressured them early. Weren't able to get the big hit early to get them. Kept doing it, though. I think we end up with, 10 base runners against them in 5 innings. Like, take your chances with that. So I thought we did a good job, up and down the lineup of making them throw strikes. Had a couple good chances, had a chance there late, not when he came out of the game where I thought Mack had a really good at bat off of Fisher to, just miss the ball to center there. So at bat wise, I thought we had really good at bats throughout the night, against Savage and their good pen guys.
We always say that injuries are a part of a long season. Is it tougher to take that when they start piling up? You guys are already missing quite a few regulars.
Yeah, as part of it, everyone kind of deals with it. So, fortunately, as we've talked about all year, I feel like it's one of the deeper rosters we've had in a while. So we got capable people going in there and picking up any slack left. You never like, key guys going down, of course. But in a long season, that's unfortunately part of it sometimes. So another opportunity for, potentially a couple really good players that are stepping in. We're not asking, we're not hoping on, guys that can't play. So
weather it, no pun intended.
Weather it and look forward to getting more and more guys.
All right, well, whatever. Not much there. If you guys know what's going on with Grisham, let me know in the chat, man. Because I don't feel like Googling it right now. But yeah, Ryan Weathers, I mean, his ERA is at 4.36 right now. Like, I'm not going to say he's been terrible. For a 5th starter, he's not a terrible man, but he is definitely not the guy I want out there in a big game, especially versus a good lineup. Definitely not. He can't cut it. I don't think he could cut it. That's just my opinion. B. Lee says the mistakes hitting Jimenez and then Springer punishes, even as a Jays fan, you got to get your 8 or 9 hitters at least. Springer. Yeah, man. Look, me personally, I still feel like the Jays are a lot better than their Their record says they are right now. Obviously, they was dealing with a lot of injuries. Let me look at the standings real quick. They're not that far behind. All right, guys. This is not out of the ordinary for them. They did it last year and took off. This is a very good team, man, especially the lineup. A lot of them guys are still, with the exception of, and Okamoto, you could say that, he's probably just as good as Bichette, especially the way Bichette's been playing this year. I know he's been playing very good to this so far. I mean, lately Bichette's been good. He hit a grand slam today, by the way. Um, but Okamoto has filled that well. Probably not as good. He's only met like 230 or whatever, but he had a home run today. So I mean, obviously they're only 8.5 games behind Tampa Bay. I can't believe we're a half a game under Tampa Bay now. I didn't even know that. But yeah, so they're 8.5. We've seen this story before. This happened last year. It played out just like this, and they ended up just shooting to the top, and they never looked back. So we got to win some of these games, especially in Toronto. We got to show them that, look, like, we can do this. This ain't last year. Unfortunately, today our starting pitcher didn't even give us a chance to do that. The offense looked good though, right? With the exception of we couldn't get the big hit early, but we did have some big hits, and we left a ton of runners on base. And I would say this, man, I get it. JC Escara had a hit today. He had a double, but he is not a big league hitter, man, in my opinion. I'm sorry. We got to get a catcher that can hit his weight at least, you know. We got to get a catcher in there that can just give me just a league average catcher. We need a major league catcher. That's it. Right now, we don't have a major league catcher. We got a AAA catcher, two of them. And Austin Wells, right? The Yankees got to figure that out now. Like, it feels like every big situation, man, is coming down to that bottom of the lineup. And if they can't cut it, we're screwed, man. We was fortunate today that Grisham had that big hit. Brung in two, I think. End up getting hurt though. What are we gonna do without him? And look, I'll be one to say that I've been a Grisham hater, right? Well, not a super hater, not really. I just felt like he wasn't worth the amount of money they gave him. But look, the last month he's been, man, he he made me put my foot in my mouth, pretty much. Like, he's been a godsend, especially with Judge out of the lineup. He's been one of the guys who stepped up big time. And now, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's hurt. Let me look it up, man. Let me look it up, because without Grisham in the lineup, that's gonna be tough, man. And for all the people like me who was hating on Grish, whatever you may think about him, man, he is super important to this team right now, especially with Judge not in there. Super duper important. And he's been playing well. He's been playing. Can he keep that up consistently throughout the year? I don't know. Right? Maybe not. But it seems like for the last few weeks, he's been red hot, man. Red freaking hot. So it's unfortunate to see him have to come out the game like that. All right. Grisham exit game. Toronto with hamstring tightness. Okay, just tightness. For right now, I don't know. What does that mean? Hamstring tightness. They're going to have to sit him down for a little bit. You don't want him running on that, because that tightness could turn into a pulled hamstring real fast. Really fast. Pull up something really fast. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. You know what we'll do? While we're waiting on this, let's do a hat shuffle, man. I've been working on this for a little bit. Yeah, obviously it's a hat shuffle. Follow the hat with the baseballs in it, just like the stadium. The stadium hat shuffle, and then you enter 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Enter 1, 2, 3 in the chat. And we'll see if you got it right. All right, let's start this one. And tell me what you think too. I worked a lot on this, man. It looks really good, in my opinion. I don't know, what's the background music? Oh shit, I lost it. I think I got it. I'm gonna go 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. If you actually followed it, I'm gonna say 2. Yeah, give it Alejandro Kirk. How old is Alejandro Kirk? Let me see. I'm not sure his age here. Yep. We got it right, chat. We got it right. I don't know what happened to the background music. All right, put that away. I don't know. What do you think? It looks good, right? I'm still working on it, though. I don't know what happened to the sounds in the background, the music. It didn't work. But that's all right. That is all right. Alejandro Kirk, I'm not sure. He's like 30 or so. I don't know, man. His stomach is 48, though. I know that. And he is that dude, man. He is one hell of a baseball player. Let me tell you. He is one hell of a baseball player, man. I wish we had this dude on our team right now. He does all the things, but he don't look like he should be able to do all this stuff, but he does. And he's a pretty good catcher, right? He receives well, pause, and he's one hell of a hitter, man. And he's clutch. He's super duper clutch. Obviously he's dealing with injuries, his first game back. So the numbers you got to take him. He only had 23 at bats on the season, so. But he's a huge part. He's a huge part of what the Blue Jays do. So him back in the lineup makes them a lot more dangerous than they were before. Again, folks, if you want to join, it's open panel. The link is pinned in the chat. Yeah, if you want to join, go ahead and join. I'll bring you on. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. See what's up in the chat. Cruise Control, what's up, brother? Says we need a catcher like that. Would have gotten 4 more runs. Yeah. Jason says that's sick. I don't know how you create this stuff. To be honest, man, these days, because I know how to code. I have a degree in software development, stuff like that, but I don't even know why. Because these days, everything's done with AI. Like, just keep it 100. I use AI, because it's that. Yeah, sometimes it's very rare, very rarely now would I actually go in and actually edit code or write lines of code myself. It's very, very rare. These days, I let the AI do it. Yeah. Blee says they got a really good backup catcher again. Venezuela. Yeah, he's decent, but he's no Alejandro Kirk, man. He's no Alejandro Kirk. Good though. He's really good, but he's no Kirk, man. He's proven. He is a proven killer, man. Teams fear this guy. Let me tell you. Keep it 100. Teams fear him. What am I doing? Let me see who this guy you're talking about. Brandon Venezuela. I mean, he's doing decent, but I'd say freaking Alejandro Kirk is way better to me. Anyway, I don't know. I don't watch these guys every day though, so you would know more. Toronto bullpen low ERA the last 2. Could be. Yeah, slow burner, man. But you know what though? I'm gonna say right now, like, y'all still 2 games under 500. So before y'all go crazy, just slow down, right? And let it play out. Let it play out. Mr. Snow says Spencer Jones looks like he could be the next Judge. Oh, here we go with the comparisons. I don't know. I'll tell you what, he's got a long way to be the next Judge, man. Judge is one of the greatest hitters and baseball players, I'll say, of all time. So I wouldn't even say that, but he looks like he could be something, man. He could be a good player. Right now he's gotta work on those strikeouts. Because when he connects, man, we saw it the other day at Cleveland. This dude hit a line drive home run, 400 50 feet, dead center. Like, trust me, that's a big boy shot, man. Only the big boys go there. So we got to see. We got to see, man. It's still too early with Spencer Jones, but we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully they don't send him down. Hopefully he has an extended stay here. I feel like with more at bats, we're gonna see some good things with him, man. Because the strikeouts are a problem, but man, when he hits him, dude. Nixon 5, Yassine says, "Yep, what a game yesterday, man. That was or the day before yesterday." I'm telling you, like, I'll be honest, and I don't want to talk too much because obviously this isn't a Knicks channel, but I would say I'm a fair weather Knicks fan. I mean, I that Knicks are my basketball team, but I don't. When I was young, I used to love basketball. I don't follow it like that anymore, like I do baseball, the Yankees, anything. So when I'm watching Game 4 the other day, and they're down 29 points at the half, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I said, look, I'm gonna go upstairs because I was been working on stuff behind the scenes. I'm gonna go up and get on the computer and work on some things. And I was working some things. I had the game playing in the background. But I was like, whatever. My wife was like, it's not over. I was like, man, it's pretty much over. Like, it didn't look good. And I don't know why. I just, like, I was working on some things and I just kind of looked and I'm like, oh, they down by 15. Okay, whatever. I looked, they down by 10. Well, shit was getting kind of interesting, man. And I look, and once it was like single digits, I ran downstairs. I was like, I called my son because he gave up 2. And we all went downstairs. And then, oh my God, man, what an ending that was, man. It was great on the Knicks part and just terrible on the Spurs part. It was a game that I'll never forget, put it that way. That shot by OG Anunoby, that putback is just legendary, bro. Legendary. Jason says that, no, in the Army, I did logistics. That's what I did. I mean, well, that's a fancy. At first, I'm a truck driver by trade, right? But as I moved up in ranks, then I started doing logistics, and then I did operations too a little bit, and that's it. Yeah. While we holding off, calling up Dominguez, is he ready? I think he had like 4 games. He's coming up, especially with this thing with Grisham. He just hit a home run today. He hit a home run. He's hitting home runs every day down there. It seems like his rehab is just, he's good. Right? Get him up here. Like, Dominguez is one of those guys, man, that he has no business being in AAA. He's too good for AAA. He's not proven in the MLB yet, but that's why he needs the bats here. Even when they be like, well, he needs to play every day. No, he don't need to play every day in AAA. That's too easy for him. He needs major league at bats. That's what he needs. When he gets consistent major league at bats, I think that's when he's gonna live up to his potential, man. Now, defense and everything, that's another story for another day. For another day. Series should be 2-2, honestly. I mean, it should be, it could be, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? It ain't, though, right? It ain't. They fucked it up, man. That's it. They cooked. Look, I don't want to say it's over, but it ain't over till it's over. But man, it's pretty much it's there, man. I don't see how they win. I don't see how the Spurs win 3 in a row. Josh Hart dunks that ball. I don't even think it comes down to that one possession. No, you're right. He pulled the Patrick Ewing. It's crazy. I was going crazy in my house. I was like, no, how do you do the same shit Patrick Ewing did? Like, same thing, but it is what it is, man. We won eventually, so we won. I think what was even bigger than any of that, I think De'Aaron Fox freaking not holding the ball there with 9 seconds left or 10 seconds, whatever it was, that was even more crazy to me. Because I was sure when he shot, I was confused. I really was confused. Like, what the hell? Like, no, did he just do that? Like, because when we lost that ball and he picked it up and ran down, I was certain that we were gonna have to foul him. I was thinking, okay, we're gonna foul now. We have to foul. We got to foul. So I was screaming, foul him, foul him, foul him. And then when OG Anunoby blocked it, I was like, what? Man, I was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Crazy. I haven't been that excited about basketball in a long time. And speaking of that, like on a side note, right? On a side note, this Knicks run, this finals period, right, is getting so much attention. This is like it's getting the attention that like baseball got last year with the Dodgers versus Blue Jays, where everybody like it's just undeniable. This is must watch sporting events, right? Even people who don't like the sport are tuning in. And we had surpassed basketball, right? We had just kind of just barely just made it above them, especially with last year's World Series. I think this is putting basketball back on the map. And if baseball locks out, if we do go through a lockout, that'll be the dumbest thing they could ever do. I don't care what the owners and play, what they're trying to do, they're gonna end up losing money like that. Because that's gonna put us a step back, and basketball's gonna surpass us once again. You know, we just finally, after decades, made it past basketball right here. But with this finals, I think basketball's up here. I think it really brought basketball back on the map. Because let's be real, right? I think only the diehards are really watching basketball like that. You know, how many people really tuned in to the finals last year? OKC versus, what was it, Indiana? I think it was. Not many, right? I know I didn't. I might have checked in now and then, but no. That's what I think. Yeah, Jay Snow says the highest rated finals ever. I'm telling you, like baseball, baseball cannot afford to lock out now. They just got good again. We just got popular again. We just made it into the cool table, the cool kids game, right? Like for baseball to lock out and turn off fans like that, there's a lot of new baseball fans, man. A lot of new baseball fans. So they can't do that. They can't do it. The last game was a classic choke job by the Spurs. Yep. John the Beagle Dad, what's up, man? Hey guys, just dropped in to say hello and have a good night. Thank you, man. Have a good night too. Have a great night. Yeah. Jason driving through the streets in Iraq and Afghanistan is one of the scariest jobs. My boy did. Yeah, I wasn't in Afghanistan, but I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. And yeah, sometimes it gets crazy, man. On those streets, in the streets of Baghdad, man. It's a different, man. That's a story for another day, man. I got a tons of stories, but it was interesting, man. It was interesting. Sometimes I can't even believe I lived that. Like, you know, like it's in my memory, but it's like that shit wasn't even real to me. You know, when I see it on TV sometimes, I can't believe I was in these places before. That's all right. That uncalled foul on OG when Fox went for that layup, though, that wasn't a foul, man. That was a block, dude. That was a clean block. And let's keep it real, man. Look, unless you're a Spurs fan, you gotta admit, man, those refs are fucking terrible. I mean, they've been trying to help the Spurs the whole series, especially in the beginning of Game 4. It felt like some of those fouls they called when Cat, because Karl Anthony Towns got into trouble early, right? That first foul they called on him, that was garbage, man. Come on, dude. Like you gotta have the like you mess up the game like that, you know? Or what about Game 3? That when Wemby, look, I don't care what you say, man. I know a lot of people like Wemby, and I'm a Wemby fan too. I like Wemby. I liked him, but he's been playing dirty too. You seen that play when he looked like he tried to chop OG, and they know they can't hold Anunoby. They can't hold him. He is the X factor, right? They know they can't hold. They've been trying to go for this dude's jugular, literally, man. Like this dude tried to chop his knee, like he tried to hurt him. The same thing he was doing to Jalen Brunson, like playing extra physical, and they don't call no flagrants or nothing on this dude. He ended up getting it later, but he should have got that 4th flagrant. He's been playing dirty the whole time. And that's why, let me tell you something, man, the ball don't lie. The ball don't lie. And if you arrogant and you play dirty, it comes back around. All that I'm in your head. And when the game was when it was down the line and he had to shoot 2 free throws, guess what? The only person that was in his head was himself. And the ball don't lie. He shot 2 bricks. Choke job, man. Screw him, man. I don't care. Like, I don't think fans should be throwing eggs at the dude or anything like that. But dude, you talk shit. You couldn't back it up, and now you gotta take that, bro. You know, you gotta take that, man. And I don't like the way he played, man. I don't like the way. I felt like they were trying to hurt this dude, man. I feel like he was trying to hurt Ananobi. I feel like, yeah, like trying to impose and NBA. Look, NBA is desperate for another superstar, right? And he's a superstar. I'm not gonna lie, but they're desperate for the next LeBron. They need somebody to take to pass. They need somebody to take the baton and run with it. Their poster child, the one they want Wemby to win. Let me tell you something, because Wemby is a bigger face, a bigger star internationally. You know, way bigger than Jalen Brunson or any of these guys. Don't get me wrong. They like New York and they like the fact that the Knicks are in the finals, but they don't want the Knicks to actually win. The more money is if Wemby wins. That's what they want. They can make him the next golden child. Freaking. That's what I think anyway. That's what I think. USA versus Paraguay. Game was great. World Cup win. 4-1. Oh, okay. USA win. I know Mexico won yesterday 2-1. I haven't been watching because I'm not a big soccer guy, but man, Mexico, when they won that, man, the streets of Mexico City were going crazy. Canada draw, that's their first point in the World Cup. Ace, what's good, Ace? My man, Ace. The Ace Avenue's in the building. Again, it's open mic night, so if you guys want to join, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. The link is pinned in the chat somewhere. Should be pinned in the top. Wemby is the NBA version of Otani, the international golden. Yeah, they want him to win so bad, man. Let's be real. And I like Wemby. That's crazy. That's the crazy thing that I like. But after this series, I don't know. I saw a side of him I don't like, man. I don't like. I feel like he's doing sucker shit, man. To me. I feel like he was doing sucker shit. And I don't know if you guys see, I'm gonna have to look for it. If you saw that play, with him and Ananobi, I think they said like it looked like he was trying to set a screen. Some people were like, well, he was just trying to set a screen. I'm like, no, he wasn't. My man literally tried to jump kick, like drop kick his fucking knee. Just happened to miss though. He happened to miss. But that I have never seen nobody set up a pick and roll like that. I've never seen nobody set up a screen where they literally try to they jump like drop kick in a drop kick fashion and then like come on, bro. Come on. I'm gonna look it up just to show you guys. Cause that shit was out of control. That was too much. That was literally premeditated, flagrant, whatever you want to call it. That shit was on purpose, in my opinion. What I think. Yeah, man. But anyway, like freaking I got a few. Would you watch the knockout stage? If United States gets up there, I would look. The thing is, I don't understand soccer too much. I tried to watch Mexico the other day, and they were talking about yellow cards and red cards, and I was like, "We playing Uno?" That's what I'm like. Yo, what the fuck we talking about? Uno? You talking about yellow cards and red cards? Like, what is this? And I'm not a hater or anything. I want to understand. And then it's like, okay, like all right, we reached 90 minutes. The game is over. I know, but there's extra time because the referees got extra time. I'm like, okay, they got extra time. Like, how much time do we got? Like, and where did they come up with this extra time? Like, I don't know. I want to understand it more, but I was just watching like, okay, I don't really know what's going on, man. But, yeah, it's fun though when they scoring to me and stuff. I don't know. I gotta understand it better. That's what I'm saying. I gotta understand it better. Um, Let me look for this. Okay, I think I found it here. You guys, I mean, look, you guys tell me if this is okay. Let me put it up here real quick. Yeah, man. Where is my uh? Mm. Give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness, this is way too big. I think that's good there. All right. I'm gonna play this here. You guys tell me if this was intentional, if this was like with ill intent or just coincidental. What the hell? Guess not. You don't want to show. Hold on. Come on. All right. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Try this one more again. One more again. Anyway, I'm just gonna play it up here. Screen share. All right. Hold on, Yasin. I'll add you in a second. Let me play this. I'll play this. Oh, here we go. You see that? Look at this. Was this because people saying no, he was just trying to set a screen or whatever. I'm like, that was no screen. Come on. What come on. I get it. Now this thing wanna be take forever. Let me add this thing to the mix. Come on, bro. You saw that? You see that, Yasin? Anyway, this thing is being real slow, so let me remove it from seeing. Yeah, that was not freaking by accident. What's up, Yasin? You hear me? Yasin. Oh, I got you muted, I think. All right. Yasin, what's up, man? Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on with this dude. But yeah, man, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. That was dirty to me. I don't care what you say. That was dirty. That was dirty. Yasin, you there? All right, man. Oh, no connection. Yeah. But yeah, man, dirty on his part. 2 yellows and then you get a red card, then your player's out. Oh, that's what that means? I thought they were playing Uno. I'm like, a yellow card, like, okay, 2 yellows, then you get a red card. And then your player's out for good, like they out the game. They can't play no more. That's what that means? I don't know. The offsides thing in soccer, I have no idea what it is. Yeah, it's just hard to understand, but I guess I would like to get into it, man. It gave me it gave me WBC vibes, seeing the countries, celebrate, especially this one. This one's even bigger, man. Freaking, I don't know if you've seen that, like that watch party they had in the streets of Mexico City, man. And when they scored that goal, man, they went crazy. They went crazy. Mr. Snow, what's up, man?
Yo, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up, man?
Yo, yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, if so basically two yellows, like if a player on in soccer gets two yellows, they get a red card, and if a player gets a red card, then they have to get subbed out for the whole game.
Oh, okay. So it's like an ejection, pretty much. Like they
Yeah,
done.
pretty much, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Yassine, you good, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Barely. You have the worst internet connection. What's up with you, my man? Let me get you in here though. Let me get you in here. Yeah, that should be
Yo, what
terrible,
the hell?
man.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
I'm using it for my phone, probably. That's.
Bro, you need to get yourself a laptop. You need a I don't know. I don't what kind of internet you got, man. You got freaking
I do,
you,
but I have a laptop.
yeah, you breaking
I
up,
got
brother.
T-Mobile.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, I don't know, man. Yeah, your internet be dodgy, man. It been like that.
I
But
am.
yeah, man, what you? I
Hold
hear you
on.
better now, though. Nixon 5, man. And you know why? I kind of it may sound crazy, but I want them to lose one game
What
so they could
the?
win at the Garden.
Can you hear me?
Barely, man. You
I was
like
at the.
I hear you, but you breaking up though.
Oh, I said I
What
was at
was
the.
I don't know why it keeps muting you. You say yeah, Yassine, bro. You gotta fix your shit, bro. But yeah, so Yankees drop one, winning streak over. We drop half a game behind Tampa Bay now, so we're not in first technically anymore. So yeah, don't sleep on the Blue Jays, man. I never do, especially after the ass whooping they gave us last year. You can't sleep on the Blue Jays, man. They have a good team. Like, I don't care what their record says right now. When I see this team this year, they remind me still of last year. If anything, they might be a little bit better.
Wait, Jason, do you want me to
Yeah.
talk or like what?
No, you gay, bro. You here, man. You could talk whenever you want, man.
Okay, yeah. No, but Alejandro Kirk, like you're saying, is like a really good player, and like, I mean, he got injured like I think 5 games into the regular season, or whatever, and he he got a broken thumb or whatever, and he had to get like a nail put in his thumb, and he's like, this is his first game back in like since like game 5 of the regular season, or whatever.
Yeah, I know he only has like 24 at bats.
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
kind of
look, he's that's what I'm saying. That the Blue Jays they're getting healthy now. They're getting healthy. Freaking I think George Springer was dealing with injuries too, right?
I mean, yeah, but, like, I don't know, like, he had a really good season last year, and, like, he's batting around, like, 200 this season. It's like he's not doing
Mm.
very good.
Yeah, but we saw him today. He's a guy that we know he's clutch and what he's capable of. And in big games he plays good. Yassine's trying to come back in here.
Like the, what's it called? ALCS of, Seattle Mariners when he hit that,
Yeah,
what's it called? Basically game winner almost.
it was a game winner. You could call it a game winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yassine, you good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. It's better now?
It is. I can see like you got like one bar, but you're here now.
Damn. I'm using it for my
Which
laptop.
Nah, it's better like that, man. You want to show you turn on your camera? You good?
Oh, my camera doesn't work on my laptop.
Uh, yeah, man. So
That's
what
why.
do you think with the Yankees? Look? I'll ask you guys this, right? Mr. Snow, you're a Yankees fan, right? Or you're a Blue Jays fan?
I'm a Blue Jay fan, but, like, I don't hate on
Okay.
any team.
Oh no, man. You should. I mean, all right.
Well, like,
Um,
what do you mean? Okay, 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 okay,
because
okay.
I think I've seen you say so. No, no, you're right. You don't hate that much. It's slow burner. Not really hate. It's just. I mean, it's a rivalry, so
Yeah, yeah.
you rub it in. I get it, man. I would rub it in too to you guys, but.
I hate the Dodgers, though.
Let me ask you this, all right, from a Blue Jays fan's perspective. Are you afraid of the Yankees team? Are you afraid of this team?
I'm afraid of Bellinger and Judge and Rice, but like personally, when if I like if Trey Savage is like pitching like he did like last year in the World Series or whatever, or like against the Yankees, like I'm not really afraid of like Grisham, Wells, and like the bottom of the lineup, but like when it gets to, like the middle of the order, like Judge and Rice and all that, it's like, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, so do you think like when you play us, right? When the Blue Jays play the Yankees, do you feel like when obviously the standings say one thing, do you feel like the Yankees are a better team than the Blue Jays? Like, be honest.
Um,
Not from a biased standpoint, because obviously you're a fan, you know?
like what you think? Like what are you saying? Like, do you think the
Like
Jays should have a
roster
better?
wise, like like we play you in a 7-game series, or do you think or do you think the Yankees are a better team than the Blue Jays? Like, you know, do you think the Yankees are as good as everybody says they are this year?
I mean, I don't know. Like for some reason, I don't know why, but like the Jays just hit off really good pitching, even though like even any team I guess in the league, like your pitching staff just like crushes them. Like Garrett Cole, Rodon, like
Yeah.
they're just elite against every other team. But like for the Jays, I don't know why, but they just hit them for some reason. I don't even know why.
What about you, Yassine?
So what's the question?
Do you think that the Yankees are a better team than the Blue Jays? Like we had to play a 7-game series right now, a 5-game series. You think the Yankees could beat them?
I trust the rotation, but I don't trust the bullpen and offense.
I don't trust the. I'll be honest, man. I don't trust the rotation. I don't know why.
Really?
Now we're not against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays hit us, man. Let me tell you, for some reason, these fuckers, they hit us. And they, you know, and we're gonna see tomorrow with Cam. Hopefully, Cam can shut him down.
You
But
don't trust Cole?
I don't know. Yeah, I got to see him versus the Blue Jays, man. Lately, he hasn't been great, but you know he's coming off of Tommy John. So a team like the Blue Jays, man, they're difficult, and like I get it, they're not playing as good this year, and Vladdy obviously he needs to pick it up, but they're for some reason, man, that's a lineup. That's a lineup that I'm afraid of because I've seen what they can do, and outside of maybe one or two players, that lineup is exactly the same. These guys didn't just fall off, and you got a guy like Addison Barger. Imagine when he gets hot, you know.
I mean, Addison
Like,
Barger hasn't even like played a game yet this season as well.
he's been hurt, but he's coming back soon.
Yeah. I mean, all the Jays are coming back like relatively soon, like the next like week or two.
And no, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, man, you gotta start picking it up, man. I like look, and I'm not saying I think we could beat you guys, right? Obviously, man, but today was kind of a reminder, like, damn, these fuckers, they have our number for some reason. In Rogers Center, especially, like they have our number, man. And like Yassine said, the bullpen, I don't know, I just don't think the pitching is good enough, man, to face these guys, or it's either that or we gotta out hit them, and I don't think that the offense could really out hit them because you know we saw it today. You know we're always playing catch up, especially in Toronto. I don't know if you remember last year. Last year, man, there was some high scoring games, and I feel like we're always trying to come back from behind versus you guys. We're always trying to come back from behind, and it's just not good, man. But
Is Judge
Yassine, oh my bad. Go ahead, Snow.
is Aaron Judge out for the season, or like it does no one know?
No one really knows, but he's expected to return maybe August. Hopefully, you know, if the X-rays and MRIs come out good, that's the game plan. But we'll see. Yassine,
Yeah.
you think so how you feel about this team, man? Like realistically,
I don't think they're gonna win the World Series. I never thought they were gonna win the World Series, man, from the beginning.
you don't think this roster is good enough to win the chip, right?
Oh no,
So
they're
it's like,
not good enough. I don't think so.
I think their pitching staff's good enough. I don't think they're. I think the manager for the Yankees need to sort out their like bottom of the lineup, and maybe Spencer Jones. Maybe he might do something, but I don't know.
yeah, I mean the manager can't really do much. If it's that's just we playing who we got at this point. But I think, man, look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think that, like, I want to be optimistic about this team, but I've seen this before, man. Where I don't think I don't know. I don't think we're that good versus really good teams, man. Like I just don't see this team like really turning it on in like a come like in during the big games and stuff. I don't know. And maybe it's because you know that's what we're used to. Like every October, it seems like the bats don't show up. And as fans too, you know what kills me, man, because I just played like this. The baseball season is a long season, right? If a player has a good week and everybody's like, "See, I told you so. He was great," and it's like, okay, like let's relax, you know. And we've seen that with Volpe. We've seen that with a lot of guys, man. Or if they have a bad week, they're like, "Oh, I told you he's terrible." And it's like, dude, the season is so long that a lot can happen, man. Players are gonna have ups and downs. They're gonna get hot. They're gonna get cold. But for the most part, I think this team has been. I think this team is a, you know, and it's been like this for the past few years. They're a good regular season team, but I think if they face a really good team in a playoff series, it's gonna be difficult, man. Unless something changes, unless Max Fried comes back and he's really good, right? Unless Garrett Cole, you know, starts getting better and he becomes really good, but he hasn't really been the Garrett Cole that we know and love. You know, it looked like he was at first start, and then he kind of right now he's kind of trying to find himself. And the bullpen is definitely not championship bullpen. I don't care what they had a good series versus Cleveland, and everybody's like, "Oh," I was like, "Look, dude, the bullpen needs help." I don't care what anybody says. Jake Bird is not the guy you want out there in high leverage situations at all. You don't want him out there. Period. Every time he comes in, his slider, like I'm telling you, like his slider is just destined to be crushed because when he's in the zone, he's throwing like floaters, like sliders that just kind of cement mixers. They just kind of float in the middle, and they're very hittable. And a lot of times people miss him. He's not trustable. Yeah, the bullpen needs work for sure, and the lineup,
Do
man.
you
That bottom of the lineup needs work.
do you think this team is a first round exit in the playoffs if they were to play?
Justine, are you talking about wild card or division series, like for the Yankees?
I will say like either or.
I think it depends who we play, but I think that look, everybody says the American League is trash, and yeah, like they've been trash. But I think these teams a lot like there's certain teams in the American League, i.e., the Blue Jays, the Mariners,
The
that
Mariners.
are
Yeah.
these are teams that should be better, and I expect them to get it together. Remember the Mariners last year? The Mariners last year they finished off a very good team. They gave the Blue Jays a run for their money. But for like they were like the Blue Jays for like the first half of the season, they weren't even on top of their division. They ended up surging late. And I feel like it's just like this season could be the same thing. A lot of these teams, these teams that have good rosters that are just kind of trying to find themselves, and some of their big players are not producing. Eventually they're gonna surge. I think the Mariners eventually are gonna, you know, they're gonna start playing a lot better. Same thing with the Blue Jays.
You know
You
what
know,
team is under the radar right now? The White Sox. They're honestly like they're right next to each other with like I mean like for the Yankees, they're like 2.5 games above them or something like that. Like they're kind of like under the radar, I feel like.
They
yeah,
just
I'll
beat
pull
the
up.
Dodgers today, I think.
This is the American League. Let me move the chat out of the way.
Maybe 3.5? I don't know.
All right. So obviously Tampa Bay has the best record by one win, pretty much. Well, they're better than us by two. We have two more losses than them. And one win, so yeah, half a game. Anyway, the White Sox, you're right. The White Sox are right there. And Cleveland's right there too with the White Sox. The White Sox are pretty good, you're right. But I think that the inexperience and everything, and they playing with a hurt Murakami, if I'm not mistaken.
Is
And they're good
Murakami
at.
still
Go
Yo, my
ahead.
bad, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Is Murakami like actually playing right now? Or I thought he was injured.
No, I think he's hurt still.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good, but I don't know. We'll see. We're about to play them in a couple days here, I think. But next week is it? We're playing them very soon. Yeah, they're good. And then look, Seattle's right there. It's like they're over 500 now. Seattle, like some of these teams, don't be surprised. don't be surprised if they just shoot up there. Then a team like the A's is another team that can make it and really like play spoiler to some of these bigger teams.
Especially Nick Kurtz. He's crazy good.
Yeah, they got a lot of good guys on that team. They're just young, but they have a good team. They really have a good team. What I mean is like they could play spoiler. I don't think they're going anywhere, but they could ruin it for another team,
So
But
who's your dark horse from the AL right now?
I don't know. It's looking like the White Sox right now. I think Seattle is going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. And then the thing is too, you got to think, right? Come the trade deadline, you think the Yankees are going to make the big moves? You think they're going to really make like big power moves at this trade deadline? I could see other teams, man. Maybe Seattle. I could see other teams, even Toronto. You see, Toronto's not afraid to make a big move. I could see these teams really making a big power move. Getting a guy like Turk Skubal. Taking a chance on something like that. And you can say what you want about him. Is it worth it? Is it not? You got to admit, when he's in that rotation, he becomes very dangerous
Isn't he
to
still
the
injured?
opposing team. He's making his first start on Saturday he's coming back
Oh,
off of surgery.
Is he for sure getting traded?
It's not for sure, but I mean, if the Tigers don't do it, then that's just kind of negligence on their part.
you
Everything
think
they
he
had,
goes to the Dodgers?
they can't retain him. They're not going to waste the money to retain him. He's a Scott Boras client, so he's definitely going to free agency, and all the whole arbitration thing. I don't know if you remember before the season, they were kind of having problems with the Tigers front office and Turk Skubal because they didn't want to pay him. Obviously, they didn't want to pay him that much what he was going to get paid for arbitration, but it's almost like it's not guaranteed, but it's almost guaranteed. If there was one person that I said is most likely to be traded this season by the trade deadline, it's probably Turk Skubal. Especially look at the Tigers. The Tigers are 29-41. They're not out of it technically, right? Because there's still a whole lot of baseball to be played, but they're pretty much cooked. So imagine a guy like him going to the Seattle Mariners or Cleveland. Though I don't think Cleveland will make a move like that, or the White Sox.
You think the Dodgers would do it?
The Dodgers could do it, but I don't think the Dodgers really need it either. But if they do it, they're just gonna have an excess of starting pitchers come October. When I don't know when Blake Snell's supposed to come back, but he's supposed to come back at some point. Same thing with Tyler Glass now. Roki Sasaki has been pitching good. Yamamoto, Otani's freaking pitching his ass off so far this year. So
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it makes really much sense for the Dodgers to do it.
yeah, I don't think so. They could though. They're the Dodgers, man. It didn't make really much sense for them to give Kyle Tucker $60 million a year, right? But they did it. But I don't think so. I think you never know, man. Or even a team like the Padres, man. The Padres always seem to get the big piece at the trade deadline.
Do you think the Yankees would do it?
I don't think Cashman has the balls to do it, and it's to me for the Yankees it's too risky. But I think they'll do it if they know that their pitch, like if a pitcher goes down, or let's say like Max Frier's like, oh, he's not gonna come back to rest. I think there's always a possibility, but I don't see it happening. What about you, Yassine? I can see
I don't
Toronto
think so.
doing it.
Then they tried to trade for him Didn't you think they tried to trade for him in the offseason, remember?
Yeah, I don't think that was serious, man. I think that a team like
wasn't
Toronto
serious?
could do it. Yeah, I don't think so, man. The Tigers in the offseason, they said that they weren't going to trade him. Like they were pretty much they weren't taking any calls on him. But like, imagine Toronto getting him. Toronto could use him, right? Sano?
Skeens is gonna get traded.
Nah, that's not happening. It's definitely not happening. Not right now, anyway. But
What
we're
about
talking about this
Skeens?
trade deadline. That's what I'm
No,
saying. It's not gonna happen. Not this
Pittsburgh.
year.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's like hunting right now for a wild card spot or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna happen. It might happen in a few years, but no, he has way too much control. The thing with Terry Scoop is that he's gonna be a free agent. No. I think a team like Toronto could be dangerous, man, with a Scooble. They could be dangerous with a Scoob.
Is he gonna be a sign trade or a free agent? Just pay money and that's it, like a contract.
No. That he's gonna be, if you're gonna trade for him, you're gonna have to trade, like trade players for him. And then the thing is though, he might just be a rental. You might only have him for a few months, and then he's gonna be a free agent. So you gotta try to re-sign him then, Yeah. But yeah, you got him, and then the whole thing about Roldis Chapman. What do you think about that, Yassine? You there,
What
Yassine?
was it? What was about?
You didn't hear that they was talking about, like,
Yeah, yeah.
would
Can you
you?
hear me?
Yeah, if you look at the screen, it says Roldis
I said,
Chapman. They asked him if he'd be willing to get traded
oh,
to
I
the
don't even.
Yankees, and he said
Oh yeah, I
he'd
saw that.
he'd want
I
an
saw.
apology from Brian Cashman first if he were to be traded back to the Yankees.
What did who was it?
Oh my.
Who's the owner of the Dodgers again? I mean the Yankees again?
Hal
Cashman
Steinbrenner.
or
No,
whatever.
Cashman's the GM.
Al Steinberg.
Uh, what happened with Chapman and Cashman?
I know there's two sides to the story, but I don't know. If I remember correctly, it was like come playoff time, he had like a tattoo infection or something. He was come up the IL, and then he missed a workout. Something crazy. I don't know what it was. He ended up not pitching, but he sucked anyway. He had lost his closer job at that point to Clay Holmes, and it was just over with him. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know that it didn't end well. And they were saying he was missing workouts. This was like before the playoffs had started or something like that. He missed a team workout, mandatory workout, and he was in Miami getting tattoos and shit when the team was in New York practicing, and then I don't know, they said it got infected, and so he ended up not playing, something like that. It was a mess, and they ended up letting him go.
Do
Oh, we
you
lost
think
Yassine.
do you think the Yankees would trade for Chapman? Because like if Chapman went to the Yankees, like for example, our closer's like insane, like Louis Varland, like Chapman's like basically the same level as Louis Varland, and
Yeah, but I look, me personally, I don't think it's gonna happen, just because of the history and everything, and because because Boone came out and said today, he was like, Boone pretty much said that nobody owes Chapman an apology for nothing. I think there's too much bad blood between that. That's not gonna happen. Mm. And then it's the Red Sox and Yankees. They don't make a lot of trades with each other anyway. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. The Yankees, we got to go find a closer somewhere else, or from within. But we got a guy named Carlos Legrand here who throws 103, 104 miles an hour consistently, and we're trying to see if we can turn him into a reliever. So I expect him to make his way up to the big leagues sometime this year.
what does he pitch? Is he a starter?
He was a starter, but they're converting him into a reliever right now.
So like the plan's probably to like make him a reliever and then like closer and then like bring him up to the Yankees to close games out.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the plan is to turn him into a reliever and bring him up here. But he's never pitched in the big league, so we don't know what's going to happen, right? He could come up here and just be terrible, or he could come up here and be really good. The only thing I know is that he throws 103, 104 miles an hour, and that plays, man. The problem with Carlos Legrand is that he don't throw many strikes. Like, I'm not saying he don't throw many strikes, but he has command issues sometimes. So yeah, Savage today had command issues. I feel like the Yankees could have took advantage of that, but they didn't. We started, chasing out of the zone, but he was not. He didn't have his best stuff today at all.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like, you're Savage. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems like I don't know, like 4 innings or whatever, like in every game or whatever he pitches, his command's good, and then he loses it like completely, and then he gets it back. Like, he's so like on and off in a way.
Yeah, I mean, he's young. He's coming off an injury. What are you gonna do? Coming off an injury, I think. I think he's still good. He's still good. I think that today what I saw, like, I know you're a Blue Jays fan, so you really don't care, but as a Yankees fan, like I think Ryan Weathers, our pitcher tonight, man, they got to move him to the pen. He's not built for the, he's not built. I don't know if it's because he's pitching more innings than he's ever pitched or what it is. But to me, I've never had real faith in him like that. Even from the beginning, I know a lot of the fan base, the Yankee fans, they were going crazy because he had a few good outings, and they were like, "Oh," but my thing is like, look, I don't care if like you had a few good outings versus not so good lineups, man. But versus good lineups, you struggle, and it's the same thing like with hitters, man. Like it's like a hitter might be good versus a trash pitcher, and it's like okay, that's great. But let's see you do it versus legit pitching. That's the real test. And that's why I don't be falling for a lot of that stuff no more. And me personally, at one point, a lot of the Yankees fan base, man, they were like, "Yo, Ryan Yarbrough, Ryan Weathers, oh my God," and he's really, and I'm like, I'm not impressed. Personally, I wasn't impressed. Right? Everybody looks good versus an inferior lineup, right? But let me see you do it versus a good lineup, and then I'd be like, okay. Right, Yassine?
I agree.
I think it's time to move him to the bullpen. Move him to the bullpen. Get ERC up here or something to get those stars. Because ERC, he I'm not gonna say he was great, but I don't know, he wasn't good, but he's young and I saw something in him like okay, he could be good. He just needs a little more time. Ryan Weathers to me, he throws meatballs, bro. He throws meatballs. And you heard Boone, right? Boone is like,
I think
well,
he's
he
gonna go
always
to a
says
bullpen.
this. Yeah, eventually, but that's what I'm saying. Because it's a process. You just don't throw him in the bullpen. You gotta, it's a process to move him into the bullpen. You can't do that to a pitcher who's used to pitching every fifth day. You can't just throw him in the bullpen now. You got to work your way in there. Make a relief appearance for a few innings, almost like it'd be like a start, but coming out of the bullpen. 4 innings here, then drop it to 3, then 2, stuff like that. I think that they got to do it. I'd rather them do it now. Do it now, man. Get ERC up here. Who in the bullpen can you do without? I say we can do without Burr right now. Jake Burr has no more options though, so they will have to DFA him. I believe I would do without him, right? Move this guy to the bullpen, Ryan Weathers, bring up a ERC or even, if you want, you call up Chase Hampton, let him get a start. We haven't seen him up here. I don't know what he's doing
What
down
about
there, but
Logrange? We haven't heard.
no, but Lagrange's in the bullpen now, so he's being converted into a
Oh yeah.
reliever. So you can't bring him back to starting. That's it. His process. He's gonna come up here as a reliever. So that's what they're working on him in the minors right now. He's making relief appearances. His last appearance, he came out, even though it wasn't a save situation, but he came out in the 9th, as the closer, and he did good. So he's working his way. He's gonna work his way into our bullpen too, but You know, there's only so many roster spots. Some of these guys got to go. Some of these guys got to go, man. And at this point, Duvall, even though he has a lot of talent, I'm not a big fan of Duvall. I think we can do without him. Paul Blackburn or Ryan Yarbrough. To me, I don't know who you like better.
You don't like Yarbrough?
I was
Not really, man.
Is he not the same when he was with the Blue Jays? Because like he was pretty good with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he was pretty good with us too but man, I think that guys like that, man, he's not as good as he used to be. And guys like that, man, who throw 90, 89, 88, that's their like max, 91 maybe. Those guys have to be perfect. If they're not perfect, they're getting smoked, you know? And right now, the way we have Yarbrough is he's just a long relief guy. And he barely sees any starts. I mean, he barely pitches. And we kind of need these spots. And then you got Paul Blackburn, who's the same thing. So it's like, what? We don't need two long relief guys. I don't know. Paul
you think
Blackburn
one
to
of them
me,
get DFA?
Paul Blackburn is, I don't know. Paul Blackburn, he's looked better to me for some reason, you know? Like his stuff looks better, I think. Ryan Yarbrough is just that he pinpoints. His command is so, when he's on, he's like pinpoint. He's like a Marcus Stroman, you know? They don't throw hard, but they hit their spots and get outs. But the bullpen as it is right now, it can't stay like this. That's what I'm saying. Like, who do we get rid of? Because let's say if we bring up a starter, you know, and start working Ryan Weathers into the bullpen, I don't think they're gonna do that anytime soon. You know, because Boone's post game, he didn't see Boone. They think he's pitching good. He just made a few mistakes. And it's like, okay, a few mistakes every game is 5-6 runs. That's not good. You know.
I mean, no, I honestly think Weathers pitched horrible. Like that absolute moon bomb from Okamoto went like whatever, a triple decker. Like it was bad.
Yeah, bro, he hit that shit to the upper deck. Like the camera didn't even see it anymore. He wasn't good. Like, to me, I get it. You know, outside of that, he, I guess, pitched well, but still, you had 6 earned runs. So I think that this the bullpen. I don't know, man. Tim Hill has become unreliable as of late. You know, I
Do
don't know.
you trust Bednar as closer?
No. And yeah, I've been saying this since last year. I don't trust him as a closer. You know, I don't.
Was he not closer last year?
He was. And he you know, see, this is where the numbers are misleading, right? Because if you look, you're like, yeah, but he's you know, he's only blown like 2 saves. Yeah, but he's come in a lot of situations that weren't save situations and have blown it, or even the ones that he saved. You know, he had us at the edge of our seats. Like, he can't just get a clean inning, and not all the time. And he's been better lately. He's been better, but I don't trust him as a closer. No, I think he's a good reliever. He you know, if we have to redo the bullpen and bring some new guys in there, he has a spot. You know. He's not. No, we're not getting rid of David Bednar, but I think that we need a better closer than him. You know.
What about him as a setup man, like 8 in there?
Yeah, he could be a setup guy. We need a closer. We need a guy who goes in there and shuts shit down. Like, that's what we need. You know. Maybe just throw straight gas, 103, 104. You know, or something. I don't know, man.
We need Mason Miller, man.
Yeah, but we got a guy who could throw like that, man. That's what I'm hoping that LeGrand can. I'm not gonna say become Mason Miller because that's a lot to ask, but I'm hoping that he can. I'm hoping he could become a guy that really just come in and throw gas and shut people down. You know. The thing with David Bednar, that he's not a guy who's gonna overpower, like, straight, like, all right, let's see if you can hit it type guy. He's gonna, you know. His command it needs to be on. Like, I mean, every pitcher's command needs to be on, but he's throwing a lot of pitches. He's throwing a split finger. He's throwing all this stuff. Like, he's trying to pitch. He has so many pitches where instead of a guy who I need a guy who maybe has 2-3 pitches max. but he's gonna blow it by you. Let's see what you can do. That's what I want. That's what works. We've seen it. Don't get me wrong. A big leaguer could hit 100 miles an hour, but that's what works, man. If you look at all the top pitchers right now, the guys who are dominating the league, the Jacob Mizorowskis, you know, maybe not what's his name, Christian Vasquez. I mean, he throws hard, but he don't throw hard like these guys. He's just a really good pitcher. He only got like 3 pitches too. It's crazy. Or even Ohtani throws hard, right? Or even Cam Schlittler, right? What's working right now is gas, bro. Straight gas, Paul Skeens. Because everything, when you throw 103, when you throw 100 miles an hour to 103 miles an hour, you have to sit on that pitch no matter what, right? You have to sit fastball. And even then, you're probably not going to hit it because it's so hard to hit. But if you get a changeup, if you sit in fastball, 100, if you sit on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and you get a changeup or a freaking slider or something, it's very, very hard to adjust and hit that, you know?
Especially with Cam's movement. Like when he
Yeah,
throws the pitch, yeah.
we're going to see him tomorrow. And that's the thing, like, even though Cam, I will say, because I know, Snow, you don't follow the Yankees that much. Lately, he hasn't been his normal self. The last probably 2 starts. Last start was okay, but yeah, he's trying to find himself again. I mean, it happens, but he still throws hard, and his velocity dropped maybe a little bit. His velocity's dropped like a mile or 2, I think. But he's still good though.
You would think they might put him on like an innings limit because he never pitched a full inning.
You mean like he's never pitched a full season? They should.
Yeah, they might put him at innings limit.
And that's what I was saying. They should do that. That's why I was not happy with. Remember the rain out last week
Yeah.
when it got rained out, and then Warren, instead of, I would have pushed Cam and let Warren, because it was Warren's start that got rained out. I would have let him pitch the next day just to give Cam a break, man. Because, but I know he didn't want it because it was versus the Red Sox. And you know how he feels about them, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how his arm holds up, but that's the thing with a guy like, especially a pitcher like Cam, like we don't know what his arm is going to be after 162 games, after 30 starts. Like, we don't know. We just don't. But yeah. Let me see. Yeah, Cam Schlittler's still doing good.
Do you see him going for a bullpen?
Nah. That's not happening. No, he's a starter, dude. This dude, I mean, unless something crazy bad starts happening, I'm curious to see what he does tomorrow versus the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays notoriously has hit him well. And maybe not great, but we saw like they put the ball in play, and they foul off a lot of pitchers. This was last year especially. So when Cam was facing them last year, they were, maybe not doing a ton of damage, but they got him out the game early because they make him throw a lot of pitches. They made him throw a lot of pitches to where, the pitch count goes up. It goes high fast, and he ends up Boone ends up having to go to the bullpen in like the 5th inning, maybe even earlier. So hopefully that don't happen tomorrow. I'm curious to see how he pitches these dudes, man. Because we got to find a pitcher that can freaking shut these guys down, man. I feel like we don't have a pitcher who can shut down the Blue Jays. From last year to this year, we don't have a guy that can really shut these guys down that I'm confident with. It's not Will Warren. We saw Ryan Weathers. It's not Ryan Weathers, definitely. I think Cam could do it, but they still they still hit against him. Maybe not as much, but they find a way to get him out the game quick. Max Fried doesn't have good outings versus the Blue Jays. Carlos Rodon doesn't have good outings versus the Blue Jays. The only one is that we can rely on that I'm hoping is Cole, because Cole didn't pitch last year. So if Garrett Cole, who I believe gets to start Sunday, let me look this up. Hold on. I believe he gets to start Sunday. if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull this up. Oh, great. It would show stop right there. It would stop right there. Let me see.
I think Corman's pitching on Sunday for
Oh,
the
no, it's
Blue Jays.
Warren. Yeah. Oh, great. Bro, we're screwed.
That's a terrible game for both of us.
I know. We'll see, though. Look, this is going to, on Sunday, because we're warned, bro, he does not pitch good versus the Blue Jays, especially in Toronto. He got crushed. He's like scared of you guys, man. This was last year, though. If he could pitch good on Sunday versus this lineup, if he can have a good outing and keep us in there, then I would officially say, okay, this is a different Will Warren than last year. This is even though I think he's better than last year, but then I'll say, okay, he's did it versus a tough lineup, a lineup that historically has dominated him, you know. Then we'll say that. You think he could do it, Yassine?
I'm 50-50, man.
50-50.
I just hope they don't get swept.
Nah, man. Hopefully we win tomorrow and get a game. I'm trying to find something here.
I mean,
Let
how
me
do you
look
feel?
at some. Go ahead.
How do you feel about the game tomorrow, Schlittler versus Gosman?
I feel good because it's Cam Schlittler, but you know, with Kevin Gosman, you know, and I'll pull up the Yankee stats for something like I worry versus guys who throw splitters, man, because the Yankees notoriously don't hit these guys. We don't hit the splitters well, you know. We don't hit them well for some reason, but we'll see. Because I think we hit him this year. We got to him this year already. So let me see something here. Okay, let me hide this. This is tomorrow's matchup. Cam Schlittler, ERA 1.87. You guys can see this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So versus Toronto, Korea. This is not including postseason games. This is just regular season games. Cam Schlittler in 3 games. Yeah, like the batting average against him is high, 370. That's not good. 12 strikeouts, 7 walks. They got an OPS of 851 against them. So you see what I'm saying? The Blue Jays hit Cam. They hit him. You know, it's not good. Last outing versus Toronto in May 20th, he went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 2 earned runs. So he pitched good last time, but we know that the Toronto's full lineup wasn't there. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Now Kevin Gosman versus the Yankees career in 39 games. It's a lot. It's a huge sample size. A 250 batting average, 22 home runs. All right, September 5th. So this was last year. 8 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. It's a tough matchup for the Yankees, man. Very tough matchup. What are you doing here? All right. If you look at the individual, so like the numbers in white, those are the season stats, and then the numbers in like the gold and stuff, that's versus the pitcher. So versus Schlittler, Vladimir Guerrero is 5 for 8 versus Cam. Ernie Clement is 2 for 6 versus Cam. Okamoto 0 for 3. And you guys see the numbers, man. I'll leave it up here for a second. Jesus Sanchez is 3 for 5 versus him. Yeah. And versus Gosman, man, not a lot of success. Jose Caballero, surprisingly enough, is 5 for 10. They say, bro, if Caballero's not playing tomorrow, Caballero's 5 for 10 versus Gosman. What if they put Volpe in there and say Caballero?
Goldschmidt's actually pretty good too.
Goldschmidt, yeah. 10 for 22. Ryan McMahon, yeah. Yep. And then outside of that, man, Almer Rosario, maybe not a lot of success versus him outside of those guys. And then if I pull up Sunday's matchup real quick, you guys want to see that? All right, Sunday's matchup: Will Warren versus Patrick Corbin. Versus the Yankees, Patrick Corbin has good numbers, man. A little bit. Well, gave up 10 home runs in 8 games. Will Warren in 2 games versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Batting average 390 against them. Only 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 home runs, and one of those was a. And this is not even the playoff stats. This is just 2 regular. They don't even have playoff stats. Remember, he gave up that grand slam to Vladdy in what was it, game 2, I believe, or game 1, game 1 of the ALDS.
That was game 2.
Game
I
2,
think it
yeah.
was.
And they have a 1.018 OPS versus Will Warren. That's why I said if he could pitch good on Sunday, then I would really believe like, okay, this is a different Will Warren. He's a lot better than he was last year. But if he goes out there and gets rocked again versus the Blue Jays, I'm gonna be like, this is the same fucking guy, man. Same guy. Not a good matchup, man. You don't feel good about that. And this is excluding. This is not even postseason numbers. The postseason numbers make it even worse.
I mean, Jason, I know you don't really watch the Blue Jays, but like, do you know why like Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s power is just completely gone?
I don't know why, but I know he's hitting for average. So why do you think that's the case?
Like, I actually don't even know. Like, I don't know. Like, back in 2021 or 2022 or whatever, he had like 48 home runs, and like, he's what? Are we not close to halfway through the season or something like that? And he's only hit 3
Yeah,
home runs. Like, that's just horrible.
it is, man. But he's one of those guys, man, that you have to pitch to him the same way. You know, like he can hit one at any moment. Same thing with like a guy like Fernando Tatis, who like that happens all the time, man. Some players they they have down years or the power is just not there. But at any moment, a guy like Vladdy, man, can just turn it up another level. We've seen it in the postseason. He's still. I refuse to believe that this dude just lost his power and forgot how to be a power hitter just like that. That doesn't happen. Eventually, he's gonna come back and he may not hit 30 home runs this year, or even he may, because it's gonna be hard, especially but he could do it. He's a guy who can hit 30 home runs and a half. He could easily finish this year with 40 home runs just like that, and you'd be like, whoa. This dude only had 3 home runs, in the middle of June. So I wouldn't worry about him too much. I'd be more worried if he wasn't hitting at all. If he wasn't hitting at all, then I'd be worried about him. But we've seen what he can do, man. This dude's a monster. And he's clutch, super clutch. So I wouldn't worry too much about him. I'm trying to pull the stats up real quick. All right. Yeah, I mean, 280 on base percentage. Let me see. Yeah. Let me pull up his savant. Maybe that'll tell us a little bit more about this. Right. I mean, his barrel percentage is a little down.
Do you think it has anything to do with the WBC? That's why he's not hitting a lot of home runs?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think that there is something to it because your body. Just imagine the grind of 162, right? Imagine adding a few more months to that, and then trying to grind out a whole season. I think it's something to it that it's taxing on the body, but I don't think that's the reason why he's not hitting home runs. I think, look, you can see it right there. His barrel percentage is down, right? If I pull up, let me see if I could pull up last year's. Let me see. Yeah, so this is 2025. Look at the barrel percentage and hard hit percentage, and then look at this year.
Do you think it's something to do with like he hit So in the playoffs of last year, he hit so many home runs. Do you think it's something to do with like he put his body on the line and just like he wanted to win it for like the team or whatever in like Canada, and like
No,
he's just like I don't know.
I don't think that. I think he's just not squaring it up. He's not squaring up the baseball that well. Looks like he's chasing more, right? His chase rate. And that's it. But he's a guy, man, that he can figure it out just like this. You know, it could be look a baseball bat is this big and the ball's this big. So I don't know what's his K rate. His K percentage. Can I see it? He's only striking out 13.8% of the time. So he's not striking out a ton. He's just not. He's just not barreling baseballs, right? He could be missing it by a quarter inch and be the difference between a moonshot and a fly ball. You know. So I don't know. I haven't been watching him a lot. If I watched him every day, like some of these, like I watch the Yankees, I would have a better like explanation or a better theory as to why he's not hitting for power. But from what I see here, bro, he's not squaring up the ball. I mean, it's that simple. He's not squaring up the ball for whatever, but he's not striking out either. That's the good thing. Eventually, he's gonna start squaring some of them things up. You know, that's what I would say. If I had to put my money on it, I would say eventually he's gonna start squaring them up, and the power is gonna return. You know, he could be off by a little bit. It could be just this much, or a little bit of timing. It could be the time. It could be whatever it is. But he's making contact, just not squaring it up like he wants to. So
Yeah, like basically when he's batting or whatever, most of his hits are just line drives or ground outs. But like he doesn't strike out at all. He just grounds like he just chases and just hits a ball a foot outside the zone sometimes and like just grounds out or something like that. Like it's just dumb.
yeah, that's why his chase rate is not good. So he got better swing decisions, and yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about him, man. He's gonna look eventually. I would say, like, eventually he's gonna turn it on. Eventually he's gonna the power numbers are gonna start picking up, and then it's gonna be in trouble. And it could be and I don't know because I don't watch the Blue Jays every day, but Alejandro Kirk was out the lineup. I would think that maybe he doesn't have protection either, so maybe they're just pitching around him. You know, he needs somebody behind him to force him to pitch to him too. You know what I mean? Maybe it could be that too. You watch them every day, so I don't know. Yeah, man. But I'm about to wrap this up. I got more game. I got like a trivia and stuff like that, but I'll save that for another day, man. I appreciate you though, Mr. Snow, for joining. Yassine, my brother, man. I
You think?
appreciate you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You think? Do you think the Knicks close out tomorrow?
Do I think they close out tomorrow? I hope so, but a part of me wants them to win at home too. I think I don't know. I think they do. I think they do. I think they're not gonna pay around. They're just gonna close it out. If not, Game 6 maybe. But I can't see. I can't see a scenario where the Spurs come back, especially after a loss like that. I mean, if this series was to go to a Game 7, it'd just be incredible. Incredible. What about you? What do you think?
I think they close it out, but they gotta be better in the first quarter, man. They're always down in games against the Spurs, man. They're always trailing from behind
Yeah,
and
you
having
you
to
would
come
think that
back.
exactly. You would think that eventually it'll bite them in the ass, right? Like, eventually
Yeah,
the Spurs are gonna figure out how to close out games. So you're
but
right.
I
They gotta
feel
come
like
out.
I mean the
I
Spurs are
feel
just too young.
Yeah.
yeah. This like remember when the Knicks came back against the Celtics last year, down 20 twice.
hmm They did it this year too versus
The
Cleveland,
Cavs.
Game 1. Yeah, remember that? Like that But you know what? I don't know. Spurs are obviously way better than the Cavs are, but the Cavs didn't recover after that. That's why they got swept. They couldn't recover after that. They never
I mean
I
recovered.
think
So
Toronto did push them to the edge. Like I'm surprised Cleveland even won Game 7 to be honest.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna come down to like the first quarter. If the Knicks like get up like maybe like 15, 20 point lead, I think it's a wrap. I don't think they're gonna be able to come back. The Spurs. It all
I don't
depends
know,
on the
man.
first quarter.
I think even if the Knicks are down, I would never count them out after seeing what they did the other day. I would never count them out, man. They just got to
No,
close it
I'm
out. I
saying
would
like
say,
I say if they're like up, if the Knicks are up by 15 or 20 points in the first quarter, I think they're gonna. I think the Spurs are not gonna come back because it's so deflating. It's like, oh, here we go again.
yeah, but the Spurs are not used to being down like that. It's the Knicks who've been down like that. I think that I don't know. I think the Knicks will close it out. That's what I'm hoping for. I think they can do it in San Antonio. I'll say one thing, right? Because I used to live in San Antonio. I just moved from there like 6 months ago, right? And I got a lot of friends over there, and I know the coach, and I've been over there, right? Let me tell you something, man. Don't wear a Knicks jersey out there, especially after what they would like. They were throwing the eggs at Wemby, and Spurs fans were getting jumped and getting their jerseys ripped off of them in New York.
I
You guys seen
saw
that?
that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
me, like, I was a New Yorker in San Antonio. Right now, I would not wear a Knicks jersey out there, bro, because they seen that shit, and let me tell you, there's some crazy motherfuckers out there, man, and everybody got a gun in San Antonio, man. You don't want to be caught out there trying to flex a Knicks jersey. I wouldn't do it personally, man.
Did you see the fan like jump into the court in game one like, in the finals to take a selfie?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean things like that happen all the time, man. No, I mean like outside in the because I don't know if you guys see, but they were throwing like block parties and all kinds of stuff out there, man. It gets wild out there in San Antonio, man. And like I said, everybody's packing, dude. Everybody got one of these, bro. Let me tell you. And it could get scary, man. Especially they've been watching, right? They feel some type of way, and they've been watching everything that's been happening in New York. Spurs fans getting jumped, Wemby getting eggs thrown at him. So they're gonna be not all of them, right? But there's gonna be knuckleheads. The same thing in New York. Not everybody's like those guys that jump those guys. That's stupid. But there's always gonna be a knucklehead, a group of dummies who's gonna see that on TikTok and they're gonna be like, oh, the first guy in the Knicks jersey I see, I'm gonna knock him out, something like that. So just be careful, man. That's why I'd rather stay home and watch it.
Is Texas a nice place to like? How am I trying to? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Is it like
Tesla?
nice though? Like, is Texas nice though? Like,
Oh, Texas? I don't know, man. I mean, it's like everywhere, man. There's places that are really nice, and I mean, like everywhere you go, there's places. I liked it though. I like Texas. I wouldn't mind like staying there permanently. Mm. So, but it's
So when
crazy
you were
too over
living in
there.
San Antonio, how far
Mm.
did you live? How far was like the arena from your area when you were living in San Antonio?
Everything in San Antonio is 30 minutes away. Put it that way.
30 minutes.
Everything. I lived on the west side of San Antonio, the far west side. So yeah, about 30 minutes. You know.
30 minutes from the Spurs arena.
Yeah. They're building them a new arena though. I think that they got approved the fund. They're gonna build a nice arena. Like they're gonna redo the whole downtown. The Padres Double A affiliate. The Padres Double A team plays there too. The Missions. They're gonna build them a new stadium too. It's nice, man, over there. Mm.
I got relatives in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, man, Arlington area.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been up there too. I've been to the Ranger Stadium there. What's it called? Globe Life Field, is it? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
nice though. It's really
and then you
nice.
got AT&T Stadium with the Cowboys,
Yeah, I didn't go there, but I passed by it. It's not far from there. It's right next to it actually. So you'll pass by it. Uh,
and then you got the Mavs and the Stars.
yeah, it's cool, man. I like it. I liked it, man. It's
I
different,
don't like
man.
the weather when I went there for vacation in the summertime. The weather is like it's brutal in the summertime, man.
Dude, the severe
Yeah,
weather
it
looks
gets
kind of crazy though. It looks kind of like I don't know. I wouldn't want to get hit by it, but I want to see like the formation of the structures of how like the storms are shaped. Because like I've heard some like bad stories about like softball size hail and all that. I'm like I would want to like not experience
yeah.
it, but like see like the storm itself.
This dude said, "I want to see the formations of the storm." Nah, bro, that shit is dangerous, dude. You don't want to see that. I never. Well, no, but we had some when I lived in Texas. We had some storms and we had hail and never like baseball size hails. But I've heard stories, right? People told me stories. The worst shit I seen is when I lived in Kansas, man. Bro, like, man, like we had like one time it was like hurricanes coming. I mean, not hurricanes, tornadoes. And I'm driving home, right? I'm on the freeway. I think that is like Interstate 80. Oh no, 70, right? Or 77. I forgot what it was, man. It's like the interstate goes all across the United States, man. But anyway, and I'm driving home, and they're like, you hear the sound, and it's like this cloud looked like it was right on my car. Like I'd never seen some shit like that. Like, and you could tell like a tornado is gonna touch down at any moment, bro. And then the radio, it takes over the radio, and they're like tornado touchdown here and all this other shit. And bro, like it was scary, bro. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. And I was trying to speed, but you can't speed because the wind is so strong that you feel it. I'm like, oh my god, yo, this is. But I made it though. It was scary though, man.
Did you drive through it?
No, I didn't see this, but I could. The tornado was close because I could hear it on the radio. They're like on exit, whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, I just passed that exit, and there's a freaking tornado there right now. You know, because they take over, you know, like the warnings, and they take over the radio and stuff, and they playing that, and I'm driving, and I can see like the clouds. The clouds are like probably like 8 feet off the ground. It felt like it was like if I would have got out, I could jump and touch the clouds. You know, that's how crazy it was. It was scary, man. But I made it home though. And a couple of times over there, everybody has tornado shelters, right? This is Kansas. So our bathroom was like a tornado shelter. Our bathroom was like metal. Like I'll go in the bathroom and I have no reception because it's like made out of metal. And it looks like a regular bathroom, but the walls inside are like metal and it's like anchored to the fucking foundation or something. So like if a tornado hit it, the whole house would blow away, but the bathroom would still be there. So when the tornadoes, when the alarms just start, like, because you hear the alarm, like when the tornado alarms go off, me and my family, we go in there. One night, man, we had to stay in there the whole night. We just in the bathroom, all of us, you know, sleeping in there because it was like scary, man. Yeah. But I mean, it's tales, man. Mr. Snow, you want to see that shit though? No, you don't want to go through that, man.
I don't know. I mean, we don't really get stuff up here in like Toronto area like
I
that.
always wanted to go to Toronto, man. How you feel about Drake? This random question.
Like his newest albums, they're terrible.
You think so? He got some really good songs though on there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really watch them, but I've heard like a lot of people say they weren't great.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but he's got some really good songs up there. I want to go to Toronto one day. I always wanted to go up there. I hear it's really nice. The city up there is nice. Yeah. But anyway, guys, man, I'm gonna log out of here, man. I appreciate you guys joining. Yeah, man. Whenever you want, whenever I do the open mics, just join in. Yassine, bro, we need to get you a better camera and a better mic, man. You heard Yassine?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here, man.
No, I said we gotta get you a better camera and a better mic, man. That way you could join more often.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right, man. Anyway, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Everybody at home, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's go Yankees. Hopefully, we at least take one of these games in Toronto. We got to at least win one. We can't get swept here again. Like, that would be pitiful. But with that being said, man, you guys have anything else you want to share?
I don't really know.
No? Yassine, you good?
Oh, go Knicks, man. Knicks in 5.
Yeah, Knicks in 5, man. You heard him. All right, man. Have a blessed night. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. That's going to do it for me. If you haven't, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.